If you stick with me and watch this video through to the end, you will see that the real story is not about how much fabric Lacey Chabert is wearing, but rather about how we treat women's bodies in the era of cameras and clicks. Lacey Chabert's G-Strlng photos, which some claim leave little to the imagination, have gone viral online. On the surface, these photos appear to depict a famous actress posing in a very short swimsuit, which is a popular beach and pool attire. She appears self-assured, physically fit, and at ease as she stands in the sun or by the lake, doing something that is entirely typical in many parts of the world. Even if the same people frequently overlook similar appearances when they are worn by others, as soon as these photographs arise, people are quick to criticize, label, and yell that it is too far. You will see a pattern as we examine the response more closely. Some remarks claim that simply by donning a bold swimsuit, she is ruining her lovely reputation from previous performances. Others assert that the images are inappropriate for everyone, despite the fact that many manufacturers display comparable ensembles and that fashion is becoming lighter and more accessible every year. It is often overlooked that Lacey is an adult woman with the freedom to wear however she pleases, both on and off camera. Instead of treating her as an adult who can choose what makes her feel good about herself, they treat her as though she still belongs to the naive characters she portrayed in the past, trapped in time. On the other hand, a lot of her supporters defend her, claiming that a bikini does not take away from her skill, generosity, or diligence, and that they see nothing wrong with a woman displaying body confidence. The true tale is found in the conflict between these two factions. Watch through to the very end, as the more we learn, the more this becomes a lesson for all of us. These images demonstrate how easily people might forget that the images they share and criticize have a human heart. For Lacey, these are most likely just moments from a trip or picture session, perhaps taken to feel attractive, strong, or just to enjoy a bright day. However, once they are posted online, they become a battleground for differing viewpoints. Some individuals use her as a symbol, rather than viewing her as a person, projecting their own anxieties, convictions, and insecurities onto her body. Her self-assurance gives others a sense of freedom they long for. The emotions it evokes in the audience take precedence over the swimsuit. However, it's crucial to keep in mind that Lacey's life and profession encompass much more than just a collection of pictures. She has worked on sets for many years, learned lines, developed a close relationship with her audience, and brought characters to life. That past is not altered by these G-Strlng images. They represent only a small portion of a complete life. A person becomes smaller than they truly are when we use a few pictures to define them. She is merely expressing herself at the time by dressing boldly. She is not seeking acceptance from others. The true question is why the internet still finds it difficult to acknowledge that a woman may be bold and graceful, compassionate and self-assured in her appearance, without being labeled. By the time you finish watching this film, I hope you will understand that what leaves little to the imagination isn't always the clothing, but rather how quickly people pass judgment without giving it any thought. Perhaps we should question if it is appropriate or inappropriate to make fun of someone for being comfortable in their own skin rather than whether her swimwear is appropriate. Perhaps we ought to examine our own responses and consider their origins. Are we uncomfortable with women making their own decisions? Or are we genuinely concerned about values? Lacey's pictures serve as a reminder that a person's true worth is derived from their job, character, and treatment of others. A body is only a body. In order to avoid missing our next in-depth examination of the reality behind the headlines and the images, please make sure to watch this video through to the very end. Like it, share it with someone who enjoys frank discussions about celebrity and image, and subscribe.